Hi everyone, my name is Steph, this is the Novelty Corner and welcome to a TBR video. I have decided to participate in a readathon this month, which is a less common occurrence for me at the moment, but I really wanted to take part in the Tarot Readathon for 2021. It takes place from the 10th until the 24th of July. There are some really lovely hosts for it. To participate, you join in a team that represents one of the minor arcana of the tarot. As you read books based off the prompts from the tarot cards, you can earn points for your team. I decided to join Team Cups, which is Daijah's team. Daijah is from Daijah's Book World and she's absolutely glorious. I'll leave her link down below and I'll also leave a link to the Readathon Discord group as well so you can find out more information about the actual readathon. There's some rules and some ways to participate, but ultimately you can participate in any way that you like. The only thing to be aware of is you can't double up on book prompts. You can draw a tarot spread and choose cards that way, or you can pick as you go. I have 3 tarot decks that I use. So the first one is the Wild Unknown Tarot. I also have the Small Mysteries Tarot, and my newest deck is the Spacious Tarot. And what I decided to do was pull 2 cards from each of these decks because I love them all. And I'm going to set a simple starting TBR from these cards. And then if I complete all of those prompts, I'm just going to continue to pull cards one at a time from each deck for the rest of the readathon. But this way I can do a little bit of a TBR video, support the readathon, and share some of my beautiful tarot cards because I love them to pieces. I'm going to start by pulling from my Wild Unknown Tarot. Alright, so the first 2 cards I picked, I have the 7 of Wands and the 3 of Swords. Alright, so for the 3 of Wands prompt, I had to read a book that is the first in the series. For that, I'm going to read Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. I'm actually doing a buddy read with Ezra for this book and we're going to have a live show talking about it. This is one of my favorite reads from my teenage years, and I do try to reread it every couple of years, so I'm really excited that I was able to pull this one for a prompt. And the 3 of Swords prompt was to read a book that you think will be tearjerker. Now this isn't actually a fiction book, this is a non-fiction book, and it's Growing Up African in Australia. It's a series of short essays about people who have grown up African in Australia, obviously from the title. And every time I read these collections, because I've read a few of them, I always get quite teary because some of the stories are quite confronting. So I suspect that I may shed a tear or 2 in this one. Okay, moving on to my Small Mysteries deck. I pulled the 7 of Cups and 2 of Knives, which is this deck's equivalent of the sword. So the 7 of Cups prompt was to read a book with multiple love interests, so I think I'm going to read Wait For It by Alison Lint, which is a menage romance story. So obviously there'll be multiple love interests in that one. The 2 of Swords prompt is to read a book with multiple point of views. For this one, I'm planning on reading The Empire Strikes Back from a Certain Point of View, which is an anthology of Star Wars stories, and each short story, and there's 40 of them, are told from the perspective of different characters. And finally, we're going to pull from my Spacious Tarot deck. I've picked 2 major arcana, so I have the Devil and the Sun. For the Devil, you have to read a book that features a character who is their own worst enemy or features betrayal. I'm not quite sure what would fit this prompt, but I think I'm going to go with Born Madly, which is a dark romance, and it's the second book in a duology that I need to finish. And the prompt for the Sun is to read a light, fluffy, contemporary romance. So I think I'm going to read Undercover Bromance by Lyssa Kay Adams because I still have not picked this up yet and I really need to. Alright, so those are my first 6 picks for the Tarot Readathon. Hopefully I'll be able to get to all 6 of them and maybe even pick some extra cards later on throughout the readathon. Fingers crossed, we'll see how that goes. But yes, I'm looking forward to it. It's nice to actually pull out my tarot decks and have a bit of a play with them for a while. All the information you need for the readathon will be listed down below in the comments. Feel free to let me know if you're planning on participating and what's on your TBR for the readathon. Or if you want to let me know that you're here but you don't want to leave a comment, feel free to leave any kind of cup emoji since I am Team Cups for this readathon. Otherwise, I hope that wherever you are in the world, you're staying safe and healthy, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye everyone.